Distinguished adventurers, welcome to the sketching hour. I'm Lauren. I should be on the hello screen because the hello screen is adorable. And so I want to hang out here all day. We were talking about just hanging out on the hello screen and having a nap before the show, if you want to be honest. Not because we don't love being here and being with you, but, sometimes you just need a nap. But today, we're going to put the nap off for a little bit, and we're going to look at these cute bunnies that Michelle and Alexis... Actually, it's 2 bunnies and a kitty cat. So, who drew the bunnies?
I drew the bunnies today.
Oh, well then, Alexis, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself first?
Hi, I'm Alexis. I'm the art lead for Idle Champions, and I like drawing bunny rabbits.
Awesome. And I assume by process of elimination, because I'm super smart, that means that Michelle drew the kitty cat, right, Michelle?
Yep. I'm Michelle. I'm one of the artists on Idle Champions, and I like drawing kitties.
Yeah. Also, I have to say, I'm looking over at chat, and not only is everybody talking about napping be the adjective right now, but a bunch of people are like, I would crush a nap right now. I would be up for nap time with the sketching hour. But no, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to have some fun. For those of you who are new to our lovely show, these 2 amazing artists are going to take the suggestions that we're going to roll on this rolling table right here, a monster, an adjective, and a cute animal, and they're going to mash them up into amazing artistic expressions of weirdness. Meanwhile, I'm going to work with chat to come up with backstories for all of them. So we have our D20s that are here and ready to go. It looks like Michelle has cute animals, Alexis has adjectives, and I have monsters today. Mm-hmm. So let us proceed with the rolling and the arting. I'm going to get going here. All right, so I got an 18. And so the mimic is happening, folks.
Oh.
The mimic is happening. Alexis, what'd you get for the adjective?
I got a 3 for bearded.
We've got a bearded mimic. And Michelle, what do we get for cute animal?
1 for alligator.
Alligator. All right. Aren't you glad that we're not taking a nap? We're doing a bearded... is it a bearded mimic alligator? A bearded alligator mimic?
That way sounds nice. The second way you did it.
Bearded alligator mimic. Yeah, I guess mimic does tend to be a qualifier, especially in the D&D world. So yeah, let's change the episode name, as we like to do. It happens to be ICP2 hype, because guess what's happening on Monday? Hey, it's Idle Champions Presents 2, starting up. We're excited. But right now, we're just excited for bearded alligator mimics.
Yep.
Which, once again, too long. Breaking my overlay. Here we go. We'll fix this live. We'll just fix this live. And we'll have to fix it on the other screens, but that's fine. All right. So while they get going on the bearded alligator mimics, did I spell that right? Alligator is 2 L's, right?
Yeah.
A-L. Yeah, I did. I did get that right. While they get going on this amazing collection of monsters, adjectives, and cute animals, I do have to say we have both Sasha and Martin in chat who are going to be hanging out, taking care of moderator duties and production funness. And most importantly, if you do have a question for our artists, for me, about Idle Champions, about art, about bearded alligator mimics, about anything else, go ahead and put that in chat with the big question in all caps right at the beginning, so it's very easy for our mods to grab it. Because while I keep an eye on chat, sometimes I look away to do things like move the overlay around. And so that way we don't miss any of your amazing questions. And we, Mod Squad. Yay, Mod Squad. Also, if you missed last week, boy, did you miss the most adorable thing ever of all time. Fluffy Pangolin Shambling Mounds. Folks, how are these not already in the game? How are we not all playing these as PCs? Why are we not all right now Fluffy Pangolin Shambling Mounds?
Oh, I love them so much.
This is all I want to do is fall asleep and dream of being one of these 2 creatures. They look so happy and fluffy. Yeah, they're amazing. The video, if you want to watch all of this happen in real time, is up on our YouTube. I'll go ahead and put that YouTube in chat. You should go check it out because it's amazing. We also had quite some amazing fan art. Apparently everyone loves a pangolin. Banana Mobster back as always with a slightly more
wow.
it's a slightly more dangerous pangolin. A little bit more of an intimidating pangolin. This fluffy shambling mound pangolin is not to be turned your back on. This one is the defender of all the other more fluffy pangolin shambling mounds. And then Nanbread posting in our Discord this absolutely adorable fluffy shanglin? Fluffy, well, that's it. I can't say that word anymore. More of those things. Look, so adorable.
Well, those are great. I love those.
Yeah.
I love both of those.
I love how they took two different ideas of the word fluffy and incorporated them with all of the pangolin shape and yeah. And that both of them went for root feet. Yeah, I could stare at these all day, but let's come on back to our new bearded alligator mimics. So that was last week. This week, not only are we working on bearded alligator mimics, but one of the things I like to do with chat is ask for suggestions for role placements, because these rolling tables, they don't populate themselves. They are taken from a ever-expanding list of suggestions that we get from you, viewers at home. Remember old TV?
Very important task.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I ran out of words to add to this list like 22 episodes ago, and if it wasn't for the chat, there would just be giant holes in this list. Or this would be the fourth time you would be doing fluffy pangolin shambling mounds, and that might be okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that wouldn't be so bad.
Next week, all the monsters are shambling mounds, all the adjectives are fluffy, and all the cute animals are going to be pangolin. Except for one, we're leaving Dumbo Octopus on there. Because now that it's on there, I'm not taking it off. Even when we pick it, we're going to end up with Octopus, Dumbo Octopus. I'm going to be happy. All right, I see suggestions coming in from chat. Luke McKay is in chat and has an adjective suggestion of neon.
That's already on the list.
I think that's already on the list. The app number 16, I mean, it's an excellent suggestion. So it's an excellent suggestion. So it's on there. Arnstone Otter, not only was it on the list, but it was already picked. We've already had otters. Oh, I should say, we had suggestions recently from the chat asking about having a place that you can look at all the previous art from all these previous episodes. And now there's a place. If you come to our Discord, every time I talk about the Discord, a fairy gets their wings. Do you hear that ringing? I don't know what that was. That was fun. Every time, when you come to the Discord, it is discord.gg/idlechampions. Oh, look, Maud's already on top of putting it in chat. There is a channel that is specifically the Sketching Hour channel. If you come to that channel, then pinned in that channel is all of the previous week's finished art. So you can see the entire run of the Sketching Hour, all 22 or 23 episodes. By the time you hear this, there will be a 23rd. So go check there. You can also chat if you have art of your own that you've done with either the suggestions that we've rolled from the rolling tables, or if you have rolled your own, then definitely go ahead and put those in there. And let us know, because it's fun to see what the community comes up with these. Oh, we have a bunch of questions and suggestions already. See, this is what happens. I look away for 5 seconds and suddenly the chat has filled my question document. Thank you. Kizzy0975, are mimics' backstory sort of vague? Well, I think mimics in general, yes, but I think these bearded alligator mimics we're going to come up with a backstory for. I'm excited. Also, Alexis, I have to ask, is that a beard or is that a pizza that's being drawn right over there? Because now I think that's a pizza and I'm kind of interested.
It's a beard. It's a pizza-shaped beard.
It is a pizza-shaped beard. I love it.
Maybe I'll make it a little bigger.
Listen, I'm here for it. It's a mimic. Why can't it be mimicking multiple things? Oh, I see the mouth in the beard. Oh my god, that's amazing. All right. Sorry, I got distracted. Back to the questions. The Trevor wants to know, do we have Fairy Dragon on there? I don't think we have Fairy Dragon because we had Dragon on the monster list. So that was one of those where it was a little too close. Not just because we were afraid of having Dragon, Fairy Dragon, but we did have Dragon on the monster list. But maybe I'll add Fairy Dragon, now that we've had the Scales and Tails week, then Dragon won't come back for a little while. So maybe the Fairy Dragon will make an appearance.
I like fairy dragons. They're very cute.
The Fairy Dragon familiar in the game is one of my favorites to put out.
I think Kat did that one.
Ooh. I will have to say that to Kat at some time later, because the Fairy Dragon is always one of my favorites to put out. I have enough familiars in the game that I get to pick and choose now. And so, yes, other people maximize their formations and are trying to push their wall, and I sit trying to figure out which familiar I'm going to put on top of a champion. But that's where I find my joy, and that's all that matters. C&EJ wants to know, oh, hi, Jay, is Prismatic on the list?
Ooh.
I know we've had Rainbow that's come up, but Prismatic? I don't think so.
I like it.
Let's add it, Prismatic. Also, that's a fun word to say. Also, Twinkerdom suggests a cute animal, a fox. That is an excellent suggestion. So excellent, it already came up. We had overgrown owlbear foxes. In fact, there's an overgrown owlbear fox in the game as a familiar. It was so popular, it was one of the ones that was voted on to become a familiar in the game. So excellent suggestion. Snobiger, do Michelle and Alexis see each other's drawings in real time? Excellent question.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
I could look over and draw like a little mustache on her. But I won't do that because that would be rude.
Draw some wings on yours.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now this is turning into one of those in where we've thought about doing those episodes and where like you take over each other's drawings. And I think it just happened.
That would be a lot of fun. We should definitely do one of those episodes.
I think so.
There you go. To be more specific, they're using a program called Magma Studios, which is a web-based program which not only lets them draw on the same canvas, but lets us watch. So, technically, I am also on this canvas. You can't see, I don't think you can see my cursor because I have it hidden because I'm not drawing because nobody wants to see that. But that's how we see what they're drawing is I'm there too, just kind of peeking in, and that's how we can all watch, which is half the fun. Vaxum has a question also for our artists, Alexis and Michelle. Do you do creative work in other styles? For example, abstract, anime, realism, beyond what you do for C&E and Idle Champions, and what other styles do you prefer? Ooh.
Who wants to? I'll go first. Yeah. The work that I do, like personally, is very different than the work I do at Codename. So I like doing ink and watercolor drawings and paintings, and I guess ink and watercolor would be the main thing that I do. That's pretty different than vector art. And I also do some sculpture sometimes.
Oh yeah, all that is super different, but that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also do some watercolor illustrations for my own personal art, and I like to do not really realistic landscapes, but kind of landscapes that are sort of, I don't know, watercolory and pretty and flowy.
That's nice. Yeah, and I can see why flowy might not be an ideal art style for our game, but could be a lot of fun to draw in.
Yeah, I kind of like to just sort of smush colors around the paper when I'm doing watercolor landscapes, which doesn't really work for video game art.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, we'll I would love to see one day a level that is all in watercolors and how psychedelic that would be. which
That'd
could
be
be really cool, but also very confusing.
I bet there is like a game out there that's in a watercolor style. Like I think.
Yeah. I can't remember which ones, but I've seen it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking Ori and the Blind Forest, but that really wasn't watercolor as much as it just kind of had a painterly style. It was gorgeous. I loved.
Yeah, so beautiful.
Yeah, I loved playing that game even as I was dying over and over and over again. Literally, that was one of those games in where the art and the music were the reason I kept playing.
Right.
Because I was not very good at the gameplay. I'm not really a platformer person, but oh, that was such a gorgeous game. Yeah, if anyone in chat knows of any watercolor style games that are out there, let us know. And Grumpy Old Dwarf says, praying to someday to get Top Hat Vampire Sugar Glider. All right.
Oh, that would be really awesome.
I mean, Sugar Glider, is Top Hat? Yeah, Top Hat's on there. It's a possibility. It is definitely a possibility. We were also talking before the chat about muscle owls and how much fun a muscly owl would be. So yeah, we often have our own. Oh, I hope we rolled this today. Go back to the questions. Luke suggests for an adjective, militaristic. Ooh, I know that's not the list. Here, let me. Militaristic. I can add that. Might be an interesting challenge to draw something like that. The lurking writer suggests a D&D monster, a roving mauler. Ooh. That must be is that an older edition monster? Let me quick to the Googles. Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Roving Mauler?
Wow. It's a lion head with feet in the wrong direction.
That is so weird.
The roving mauler is a 5-foot-tall starfish with lion legs and a lion head on either side of its body. The combat... What?
Does it like roll around on its feet to move? I wonder.
I guess.
Strange.
That is... Listen, D&D is weird. Older editions of D&D are extra weird, and this is extra weird. For a second, I thought it was a chimera, and then I focused in on the feet, and I went, no. I love how it's described here in the. Oh, okay. It was I pulled up not like a fandom wiki or something. I pulled up a random, the weirdest monsters from Dungeons and Dragons ever, and how have I never seen this thing? All right, I will consider it. I think we've been trying to stick with 5e monsters, but I am intrigued by that creature, and that might show up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Lucy LRA says, I would love to see snake hair as an adjective or Medusa as a monster. I know...
We have Gorgon.
We've got Gorgon. See, this is this. So in D&D, the Gorgon is a big bull. And in D&D, Medusa is its own creature. It's a weird thing. I think the Gorgon is that same big metal bull that can turn people to stone that is in that same labyrinth that the Medusa is in.
Oh.
I do like the idea of just having snakes for hair as an adjective, though.
Yeah.
Like, that is appealing. I don't know. What do the two of you think? Do we go snakes for hair as an adjective, or do we go Medusa as a monster?
Well, either way, we could kind of just... It would be the same... It could be the same outcome or similar.
That's true. I'll put Medusa as a monster for now, and then if it ends up on the list and it gets picked, I will say that we will just automatically be going with the idea of Medusa from some of the other supplements in where she's not just a horrible creature. Like, I think the actual legend of Medusa is kind of awful, but there's been updates to that legend. I'm missing the name of there was a series that came out for 5th edition that was a bunch of different adventures that took classic monsters. Oh, hi, puppy. Oh, poor puppy. Puppy is excited. It took classic monsters and it changed the mythology. Yeah, that's right. Saboan Rican is in chat saying in actual mythology, Medusa is the name of a particular Gorgon. In D&D, Gorgon and Medusa are two completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
Because have I mentioned that D&D is weird? I love it, but it's weird. I'm gonna look up the name of this. It's on the tip of my tongue. I have this set. Uncaged Anthology. There we go. So there was this set of D&D adventures that were put out called Uncaged Anthology, which reimagined a lot of those monsters, and I really like that series. Definitely go check those out. Sorry, I had to go down that rabbit hole because I was like, I know this book series. Twinkerdom suggests caterpillar as a cute animal, but I thought... Yep, 19.
Yep.
Good suggestion. Excellent suggestion. We've got it on the list. Arnstone suggests cute animal bat, the cute one like fruit bats, as though there are not cute bats. All bats are cute. Some of them are just fuzzy cute.
Yeah. Fuzzy cute.
Yeah. I had a D&D character who had a pet giant bat, and I had based it off of those Buttigieg fruit bats, the ones that are huge, the ones that are like the size of a dog and have the big fuzzy snout like a dog, and it was adorable. But yes, bat, absolutely. I know I've got bat on the... Yeah, it's not on the current list, but it will definitely be on the cute animal list, 100%. Luke is back with another suggestion, Puffy.
That'd be a fun one.
See, now I kind of want to just add pufferfish to the cute animal list, but I will add Puffy. Sure, here we go. Star Chaser 43 wants to know any plans for a theme week to go along with Idle Champions Presents The Trials of Tia. I like how they spelled it Tiamat. Like Tia what that we had drawing. Nothing specific beyond what we already did when the trials came out in game, and that's simply because the D&D show Trials of Mount Tiamat that's starting on Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Definitely come watch it. It's going to be awesome. I say that because the people that are in it are awesome, and so I have faith that it's going to be amazing because they're awesome. It's 7 weeks, and so that's a lot of time to try to do like themed stuff, especially when we don't exactly know what's going to happen in the adventures, because D&D game. But I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, maybe we do something for the finale. Maybe we're inspired by something that happens in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe something really fun will happen then. We're just like, yes, this is the week.
Yep. Exactly. Maybe y'all vote on something in the game and make it happen in the D&D game, and then we join the fun. You never know. But we did do that week. That was the Tia what? That was the 5 different heads of Tiamat. In where Alexis did 2 of them and Michelle did 2 of them to a bunch of... I'm going to pull up that art. If you haven't seen this art, you should go to our Discord, but I'm also going to pull up the art because it's amazing. Let me see if I can grab it in honor of what we were just talking about. Because Tia what is a joy to behold. Here we go.
Horrifying monstrosity.
Here we go. There. Oh, geez. This is not. Get in there. There we are. We're doing it live on camera. Let me. For the moment.
Eyes and
hide.
teeth for me.
There we go. This is what was created out of the Scales and Tails week. It was absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. It's just the best. It is the best. You can go back and watch the episode that this was on. Let me double check. Scales and Tails Week. When was Scales and Tails Week? That was episode 19. So go check out episode 19 to see that was just created, because it was amazing. I'm surprised at a bunch of stuff about Tia What. Every time I see it, it brings me joy. Yep, Xavier Keith in chat is saying Tia Magnificent. Alias Buck, the hair toss. The hair toss is the best. Yeah, definitely. See, this is why you stick around, so you can see the creation of things like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway, back to today. Star Chaser 43, adjective suggestion, cotton candy. Wait a second. So, I'm pretty sure we've got stuff on here that already, like, we already did is cake. How much more candy suggestions can we have? I mean, I see what it's never gonna end. I'm never gonna live down the cotton candy. Oh, you know what I'll have for next week? I'm gonna have a surprise for. I don't know if I'll have it on air. I have a very special package arriving tomorrow. I have a package of candy corn showing up. It's the limited edition turkey dinner, apple pie, and coffee candy corn.
What?
Yep.
What's the flavor of it?
That is the package. It is the flavor.
Wow.
It is. Yeah, you have to look it up. It's a limited edition. So it's 3 different flavors. 3 or 4? Let me double check.
I had no idea there were other flavors.
So it's 4 different flavors in one bag. And if you get a chance to see this candy corn, you ought to. It's amazing. It's exactly what you think it looks like. There's one that tastes like roasted turkey. There's one that tastes like stuffing. There's one that tastes like cranberry sauce. There's one that tastes like green beans. And yes, it is a candy corn that is green bean colored, cooked green beans. Mm. There's an apple pie. And then, of course, because you have to end all good meals with a cup of coffee, there's coffee. I am
like the coffee one.
Yeah, I am so excited. I found where I could order a package, and we have 2 of them coming because I had to order them as a package of 2.
You need to do like a candy corn taste test review on one of your streams.
Yeah, I might have to. That might be next week during weekly patronage. We get a bunch of patron stuff done, and then I'm just like, and now for some stuffing. Garwar is asking, have I had the jelly bean gourmet candy corn yet? No, I don't think so. I've had the Nerds candy corn, which is lots of sugar. I probably should have had some of the Nerds candy corn before this episode. Maybe I wouldn't have been quite so sleepy. Because yes, 1 or 2 of those Nerds candy corn, and that's more sugar than you should have in an entire week. But I've not tried the Jelly Belly candy corn. I might try that out. Are either of you fans of... I mean, we've talked about candy corn before, but would either of you be interested in trying out the Thanksgiving Day feast I just mentioned in candy corn form?
I would definitely try it, I think.
I'd be curious for sure, but I have a feeling I probably wouldn't like it.
I'm cautiously optimistic about a couple of them, especially like the coffee and apple pie. That sounds
really good.
Yeah, and the turkey, I think actually the turkey, because turkey is a very mild flavor.
But it's the texture though. Like you expect to, I don't know. It's such a strange texture compared to what turkey would be.
That's true.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
And is it going to be sweet?
I hope so. Because
it's sweet turkey. I
mean, that's probably like I could probably get over the texture. Sweet turkey is going to be an interesting flavor. Candied turkey. That could be, but I'm cautiously optimistic about that one. The one that actually, and the stuffing I think is going to be probably, the stuffing that they're probably aiming for is like really boring stovetop stuffing. Whereas I'm pretty sure the stuffing that this candy corn is going to be based off of is not my mom's amazing stuffing, which had it was a meal unto itself. It had kielbasa, it had fresh breadcrumbs, it would soak in all of the turkey leavings. It had vegetables, and every once in a while she put walnuts in it, but not all the time. And it was so good. It was so good.
Sounds good.
That sounds amazing.
The one I'm a little concerned about is the green bean. That one, that's going to be an experience for sure. All right. Anyway, back to suggestions for today. Luke is suggesting donkey, and the lurking writer is going off of that suggestion for ogre. I see where the both of you are going here. Ogre could be on the monster list. We don't have that listed. Donkey, I want to say. So I pulled all of the, when we did Hoof and Woof Week. When we did Hoof and Woof Week, I pulled all of the possible dog and or horse animals off the regular list and the back list in order to make the Hoof and Woof Week list. And I don't think I put any of the others back on. I know for a fact donkey was one of those. So yeah, maybe donkey will make an appearance now that it did not get picked for Hoof and Woof Week.
I think it was on the regular list at one point, wasn't it? Maybe?
I think so, and then it was. I think that was the one that I pulled from the regular list in order to make the Hoof and Woof Week list, and then I just didn't. I didn't put any of those back. I just grabbed new ones because we did like 3 weeks in a row of special lists. Yeah. And so when I was updating the regular list, I already had to replace like 5 things on each. So I was like, I'll just replace them all. It'll just be fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Cassius335 says, does Tia What feel Witchlight Campfire story to anyone else? It worked for Clown Xanathar. Yeah, if the kids who are telling the story of the witch in the Witchlight campaign, if they were to ever tell the story of Tiamat, yeah, it'd be Tia What. Absolutely, 100%. And Viking ZZZ, has the animal axolotl ever been used? Not yet, but it is on the backstage list because it is absolutely an adorable, cute animal. And hammer-headed bats do not look cute. All right. I will take on that challenge. Hammer-headed...
Are those ones with the huge noses?
Oh, I think that's cute. Oh.
Bat.
Or the sad little eyes.
Aww.
I think those are super cute.
It's... If you look from like the half of the face up, it's cute.
Yeah.
They are also huge, which is super impressive.
Yeah, wow.
I think that's super cute. Let me look up fruit bat. Let me look up that. It's not the flying fox. The flying foxes are the super adorable small bats. But let me look up. It's like I always spell it wrong. It's the Budageg epilated fruit bats.
I don't think I'd ever spell that right either. What?
It's a weird bat, but it is. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna show you because it literally has like this dog face, but it is also like one of the largest bats. Largest bat in the world. It's one of those, and where it's like, yeah, I know the flying fox is super duper huge. All right, I will look this up, and I will get back to all of you later with this. But I believe all bats are adorable. And I would definitely put that bat on the cute animal list, hammer-headed bats. But I mean, maybe for Halloween we're just gonna have a bat list. Bats and cats.
Bats and cats and pumpkins.
Bats and cats and pumpkins. Oh dear. Bats and cats and pumpkins. I think we figured out what we're doing for our Halloween show. There we go. We knew we were gonna do something that was pumpkin related, but I think we figured out the rest of it. All right. Oh, more questions from chat. Canuck Monkey 13, I'm out of the loop on the list, but was wondering, has a Zorn been used on the list yet? Not yet. Is it on the table? I love Zorns. They're ridiculous.
Is that the one with like the mouth at the top and like
Yep.
arms?
Yep.
Like, miming it, no one can see me.
But yep, it's got 3 arms sticking out like a triangle and a mouth in the center on the very top of its body. It doesn't have a head.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about Zorn, I'm going to put it on the backstage list here. What I love about Zorn is there's some of those monsters that are in the monster manual that are not either just a beast that can attack or run away, or a intelligent but evil creature. They're that wonderful middle ground of like, this is just a neutral creature living its life, just wants to eat gems, just is gem hunting, and is just having some fun looking for gems. And if you encounter one, you can have a really interesting negotiation conversation with them, because they're willing to, barter for gems and things. So if you're willing to chat with them a little bit and maybe give up some of the gemstones, or I think they also eat metal, but if you're willing to give up a little bit of your precious stones, you could get some really good information, especially if you're in the Underdark. All right, before we get too far down the suggestion road, because we are already at 340, which, wow, I did not realize this. Here we are with we're getting close to not only being the end, but we've got a really good idea of both of these epic creatures with epic beards. I need to know from chat, what is the history of these? I mean, we've already talked about how mimics have their own really weird, wonderful history. Alligators are dinosaurs, and beards are epic. So how do you end up? Are these mimics that just have a preference for bearded alligators? Are these alligators that ate a mimic and gained powers? Are these magic beards? I don't know. Oh, there's that belt of it's not hill giant strength. There's a dwarvish belt. That's a magic belt that when you wear it, it lets you grow a beard. And so I wonder if this is a mimic that has that belt. I can't remember the name of the belt offhand. It is like the belt of dwarven kind, or the belt. It's a dwarven belt. It makes you super strong, and then you get to. That is one of the things you can just do. Yeah, lurking rider, belt of dwarven kind. Thank you. I was close enough, but yes, it's. Is that where we get these? Banana Mobster, a dwarf wizard did it. Of course, a dwarf wizard did it.
With mine, I kind of thought that it's just a regular alligator, but found this mimic beard.
Ooh.
And now I was not quite sure how to get it off his face.
They just stuck on his face.
Yeah.
They tried to eat each other, and now they're just like stuck working together.
Yeah, like it's a buddy comedy.
And he's like, with his arms folded.
Life was so much easier before I had a mimic beard. And the mimic beard's like, you love me.
The mimic beard definitely does look like it's enjoying this way more than the alligator.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle, how about yours? What do you have a story behind yours already?
Oh man, I don't know. I was just trying to make it look like one of the chests with an alligator mouth instead, but it just looks like it's half of a chest with an alligator sticking out of it. So
I like
didn't
it.
really work out the way I thought it would, but
I'm loving, like, you got the 3 billion eyes on there and the toothy maw. Like, it's I love how it's a different take on the classic mimic chest. Like, in a weird way, that's even more horrifying because the mimic chest is just like a couple of teeth and a tongue, and this is like 5 or 6 more eyes, an alligator mouth, which is scary. As someone who lived in Florida for 2 years, alligators are terrifying, and a beard, a luscious, luscious beard. Oh, and Irene UK says that Michelle's is what they had in their head. So there you go. You have drawn exactly what the idea that they had.
nice.
And Banana Mobster says Alexis's reminds me of a one-off Pokemon. Okay, I can see that. Vaxum says it's an old mimic that has a preference for gator forms. Oh, okay. All right, I get it.
Yep. He's like, I was a gator once. It was amazing.
Let's see. Canuck Monkey and Schultz, millennia ago, mimics and alligators were forced to work together to survive. Then nature happened and we ended up with these folk. I mean, hey, as long as it's working. It's definitely working for Michelle's mimic. Alexis's mimic, alligator, bearded mimic alligator creature. They're still working out some details. That's a those are roommates that are not necessarily getting along. Babylon Ranger 2261 says polymorphed bearded wizards that ate some mimic eggs. I love how the chat always has to get wizard in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Babylon Ranger 226 goes on to say, I'm headcanoning Alexis's one is annoyed with Michelle's. Gary, this is hardly the time. But Steve, this is what we do. And Orion the Wise says there's a jack-in-the-box that popped an alligator and the mimic just copied it. It was an odd mimic. So beard. There you go. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those where each of these creatures has its own origin story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty different.
I am... go ahead.
Oh, the 2 mimics are friends, and they're both like, okay, let's be alligators. And then they arrived, and they're like, oh, that's not what I meant. Well, that's awkward.
I meant crocodile. Gary, I meant crocodile. What's with the beard? All right, fine, I'll have a beard too. Yes, I know we were going to the Halloween party dressed in matching costumes, but this is not what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of people are talking about they're trying to get dwarves in there somewhere. Apparently, beards and dwarves are just the thing that happens. Mm-hmm. The Lurking Writer says it could have been a trickster god rather than a wizard. I mean, yeah, that's always a possibility. Ooh, Irene UK, he was a cleric who used tufts of beard to heal his party. There we go, a cleric did it. Ooh. Barefoot Monkey says, this is what happens when you store green bean candy corn inside a chest that's actually a mimic. Hey, wait a second. Oh, is this what happens? I'm gonna eat these candy corn and then this. I mean, I'm okay with it. Balkan25 asks, have you ever met a dwarf that didn't have a big beard? Okay, so I have to ask our 2 artist friends. This is slightly off topic, but here we are with beards. Classically, dwarves in multiple incarnations, big bushy beards. Mm-hmm. Do all dwarves, female, male, non-binary, have beards?
I think that all dwarves are capable of having beards, but not all dwarves choose to have beards.
I like it. Michelle, how about you?
I just want all of them to have beards because they're fun. They can braid them. They can add beads to them. So many possibilities.
This is true. So culturally, most have whatever male, female, non-binary However, you can choose to not have, and it's okay. Kind of like culturally, most humans have hair, but many choose to not have hair, and that is okay. I like this. I'm going with it. So here's my suggestion then. A bunch of alligator mimics saw a dwarf community and were impressed and figured that the only way to blend in to really be able to hunt dwarves, because that's what both alligators and mimics do, is grow beards. So that's why. They've grown beards to blend in more so that they can be better predators of dwarves.
Oh, poor dwarves.
Poor dwarves. I mean, dwarves are also pretty hardy people. I think they can fight back. I think this is not. I think this is mimic alligators who are having to be extra crafty in and amongst dwarves who can hold their own against a mimic.
Mm-hmm.
The mimics are actually, like, at lower levels especially, mimics are surprisingly dangerous. That tongue attack is really actually very dangerous if you get grappled by it.
Yeah, anything that grapples.
Yeah.
I typically have characters that don't have high strength, and a grapple is just like, oh man. Somebody help.
Yeah, grappling can be rough. Yeah, one of my characters just has a 3 strength now for a couple of days, and that's gonna be a little rough. So hopefully she doesn't get grappled too much.
When a hug becomes a grapple.
When does so consent is the difference between a hug and a grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still want to fit the belt of dwarven kind in there somewhere, but maybe that's how these bearded alligator mimics became bearded. Maybe they ate dwarves who had belts of dwarven kind.
Maybe, and now the belts are on the inside.
Ooh. And now when the belt is on the inside, they can't get it off. And so they've just given in to their beardedness, but it also makes them super strong. So it's like, it's a win-win, except you've got a belt inside of you, so win-win indigestion?
Yeah, I guess until you digest the belts and then the beard goes away.
But maybe they don't want to. Oh, Cassius335 says, grapple is a strength check, hug is a charisma check. Aww. I like that. One is I will grapple you. You have no choice, and the other is hug. I'll tell you what. Okay. I need to know from chat. Would you hug either of these creatures, or would you hug either of these creatures? That might not be a fair comparison. Would you hug all of these creatures? Or are you only hugging the fluffy pangolin shambling mounds? I don't know. I would hug the bearded alligator mimics. If I knew it wasn't going to eat me, I would hug them.
I don't think you could know if it was going to eat you or not.
This is true. Although I do know of several D&D games that have characters that have pet mimics or mimic familiars, and so I think whether it is in the rules or not, there are a lot of D&D games and where mimics can become friendly. So maybe this is one of those. Maybe these are the famous Floridian bearded alligator mimics that some people keep in their houses as pets.
Could be, but I think you'd have to spend some time getting to know it before you could really decide if the hugging would be a good idea. That's
true. That is very, very true. Whereas, let's be honest, everyone's hugging the fluffy pangolin shambling mounds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know whether they've given consent or not, because if you go to hug and they don't want to hug, they roll up into the little ball and roll away.
Yeah.
All right, we have a few minutes left before we are going to go raid the C team after we are done here. But before we go, it is the time. It is time for my favorite 2 questions. First, to our artists, what size are these creatures?
I think mine is just regular alligator size.
Okay.
Which I guess is a pretty big range. So let's say 6 foot. 6 foot on its toes.
Okay.
Oh, pretty big.
Yeah.
Mine is just, like a treasure chest sized.
So actually, I have a follow-up question for you then, because I've always pictured the classic treasure chest as like heirloom chest style, the really, really big sit at the foot of your bed. But I do know other people who picture treasure chests as much, much smaller. What do you have a preference, whether or not this is related to your bearded alligator mimic?
Yeah, I think it's the big one, the big heirloom chest. So maybe like 3 feet tall. Yeah, 3 feet tall, something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good size.
Yeah. And like 5 to 6 feet long, and maybe like
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents have one of those big giant heirloom chests, and I love it so much. It's so classic. Okay, so we've got medium to large size creatures here. Now I need to know, what are we naming these things? Do either of you have naming suggestions, or does anyone in chat have naming suggestions?
No.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I feel like Kilmal was just waiting for this question, because I barely had it out of my mouth, and Abbott and Costello ended up in the chat. And I'm kind of impressed by the speed that Kilmal had. So kudos into you. Also, Abbott and Costello, 2 good names. But first, Alexis and Michelle, did you have naming ideas?
No. It's like Alan.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything.
Well, let me read off some of the suggestions from chat. We've got from Andromerch, we've got Chest and Chester. Got Star Chaser 43 with Bob and Dave. I like the very normal names that are coming up here. Mad Hatter suggests Henry and Rupert. Voden Spawn says Clap and Snap. Evil Emperor Zerg says Mutt and Jeff. Orion the Wise says Boxy and Grumpy. I mean, they're really leaning into the fact that alligator does not look happy. That alligator is upset. Let's see. Shaper Gossamer suggests Allie and Chestello. Oh, I kind of like Chestello. Silver and X says Snooty and Groody. Banana Mobster suggests Chester and Albert. Ooh.
Oh, I like those. Chester and Albert.
Everybody's been kind of leaning into the Chester, the Chesty.
Chester's a good one.
But but I also like that we've got an Albert in there. We might be going with Chester and Albert. Let me write that down. But let's see. We got a couple more minutes. So Chester and Albert. What else do we got coming in from chat? Alias Buck says, let's go with the Canadian Bob and Doug. All right. Okay. I mean, sure, the Mackenzie brothers. Why not have them here? I don't think we own the rights to those names, but I appreciate the reference. Glitterbeard says Toothy and Clawbert.
Clawbert. That's a good one.
All right. How about we mix up
Chester and Clawbert?
Actually, I was going to go Albert and Clawbert for the rhyming.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah, it works for me. Clawbert.
All right, Albert. So who's Albert? Who's Clawbert?
Well, mine has no claws, so.
There we go. Albert, Clawbert. We've come up with names. That is amazing. And of course, Xavier Caith. A little, we've already picked our names, but I do have to appreciate Chestbert.
Yep.
I do have to appreciate that. All right. Well, these are absolutely fantastic. And if people want to see more of your amazing art, Alexis, where can we find more of your amazing art?
I'm on Twitter at Alexis Theroux and on Instagram at alexis.theroux.
And same question for Michelle. Where can we see more of your amazing art?
I'm on Instagram at Michelle Papadopoulos and on Twitter at Art of Michelle.
And I do not have any art on my channel, on my Twitter. You can find me as Obolorin. I've just been posting fun D&D things every day for D&D-tober. And yeah, if you are interested in more of the art that has been created for the Sketching Hour, come by our Discord, where now our Discord channel has the list of all of the pieces of art that these two amazing artists have made for the Sketching Hour. You can peruse all of the pinned tweets. If you make any art of your own of either bearded alligator mimics or something else off of our rolling table, please let us know. Post it on socials or come by that Discord and let us know. Post it in that channel so that we can appreciate it and show it off. And I think at this point we're going to back away slowly from the bearded alligator mimics. Hang out and chat. We're going to be raiding the C-Team, and we're going to go see what those awesome C-Team kids are up to, what shenanigans they're up to this week. So hang out. And meanwhile, thank you for joining us. Thank you to our moderators. We had both Martin and Sasha in chat, grabbing all of your awesome questions and suggestions. And with that, we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.